everybody. I'm Raquel Sanchez, the District Operations Manager with the Colorado State Conservation Board. Thank you all for joining us this morning for our coffee hour. Today we are joined by Community Resource Services, and we have Sue Blair, Marcus Pacheco, and Kayla Blair here to present. So, with more than 200 years of combined experience, the highly skilled professionals at Community Resource Services specialize in managing Colorado's special districts, delivering trusted leadership, deep expertise, and proven results. Their clients depend on their ethical experience and highly skilled team of professionals, all dedicated to helping districts operate efficiently and effectively. So I will pass it over to you all.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Sue Blair. I'm the CEO of Community Resource Services of Colorado. And with me today is Marcos Pacheco. He's our Director of Client Services, and Kayla Blair, who's one of our senior managers. We just wanted to have a presentation this morning on support services that we do provide to all different districts within the state of Colorado. So we can have a question and answer session at the end of it, but as questions arise, feel free to interrupt us if that is the best way to do it so we don't miss something. So CRS has been in business since 2005. We provide contract management services, accounting services, budgeting services, election services, compliance to over 200 districts. During election season, we add another probably 50 to that list. So we've been involved for a long time. We've got about 30 plus years serving Colorado. We do have a district in Wyoming, so that's our only district there. I'm involved, and so is Marcos, in the Special District Association DEO Expert Training Panel. So if any of you are interested in learning or being trained on how to serve as an election official within your district, let us know and we'll get you on that list. The panel's available year long, and we do have specific trainings, usually before the election season, depending on when they fall. So we'd love to have you join us if that's some interest to you. I'm also on the SDA board. I'm the president of the Special District Association of Colorado. We just had our conference a couple weeks ago, and we had about 1,300 that attended. So it was a great session for us. And we'd love to see you up there, you know, if there's any interest. Marcos, do you have anything to say?
No, first of all, thank you for having us today. As Sue mentioned, we have a wealth of knowledge on our team here. And as we sort of talk through these slides, just keep in mind that what sets us apart is we customize our services. So if you're just looking for, you know, consulting in one area, or you do just want some DEO training for your elections, we can talk, we can figure out what works best for you. We're not just one sheet of scope and you're going to get all of it. We're bits and pieces of scope to help you sort of meet your strategic vision of your entity, whatever that is. If you just need a little bit of help or a lot of help, we're here for all of it. And then we'll just jump right into it. I think everyone's favorite topic is budgeting, especially given all the legislative changes and just the ever-changing financial climate. But budgeting is really the backbone of transparency and compliance for your constituents, for you. And then, you know, it really just ensures your fiscal transparency and accountability to taxpayers. Obviously, there's statutory compliance that goes into all of your budgeting. And that's really where we would like to come in and help you, because you may not want to handle all of the statutory compliance. You may not be completely clear on it. That's where our team jumps in with our experts and helps you understand it, helps you set goals, long-term goals, water resource priorities, and really set out those financial projections that you're comfortable setting a budget and living by it. Even though it's a tool, it does help you meet those goals that are long-term while understanding what money you do have and what money may be coming in. Anything to add to that?
Now that, we've got the timeline for your budget, so let's go there. Also, CRS does look at a strategic budget for our districts. And for our conservancy districts, we're always looking at funding water projects and O&M. We think it's essential to track reserves for long-term capital improvements, and we align budgets with your board's goals and statutory compliance. You know, for conservation districts, classifying taxes and assessments, that's something unique to you. And then we also look at coordinating with water development and stabilization objectives for the district, for each district.
And so on your screen now, you'll see sort of that budget calendar. You're all most likely very familiar with this, but something we do here at CRS is we sort of take the stress of compliance off of your plate, and we manage that for you. So when you need a draft budget by October 15th, you know, or you need to publish for a public hearing, whatever those compliance deadlines are, we are the champion of those deadlines, so that we just come to your board and say, this has been completed, now let's work on the next step, and let's work together to create this budget so that when you adopt something, everyone's comfortable with it, everyone knows what's happening. Because at the end of the day, it is your budget, your numbers. We just want to make sure they're easily understandable to everyone that you talk to about them.
And our group of folks, we can assist with adopting or creating your board resolutions, help you with what you need to certify to DOLA, and customize your budget message. So we do get involved with a lot of that also. Another service that CRS provides is election management. And through the years, we've supported thousands of districts throughout the state. In May of this year, out of our office, we sent out about 700,000 ballots to, I think, 67 entities. So we are able to handle small elections up to very large ones. We handle a couple of very large fire districts in the Front Range. So the expertise is there. I've been handling elections for a very long time. Started as a paralegal in a law firm, and that's kind of where I got exposed to special districts. So from paralegal, I went into management. And, you know, elections are a big deal for even the smallest districts because of the complex statutes and all the compliance that's necessary. We're very familiar with Title I, Title 32, Title 37. So we've had to work with all of those statutes through the years. Electors for conservation districts are a little different. So we have worked with several districts on their elections. And your board, from what I recall, you can have up to 15 members. Some of them are appointed and or elected. So we are familiar with that. And your next election schedule is May of 27. So self-noms will have to start getting generated.
To touch a little bit on that too, CRS does handle more ballots than any one single county in Colorado. And we're very adaptable. So in 2020, when everything got shut down due to COVID, that was a record year for us. We sent out 890,000 ballots. And we managed that entire process sitting 6 feet apart with masks and gloves. And we completed it, you know, and there's a lot to be said for the team here because they really handle a lot in that election timeframe because we never leave the office until the election is completely counted that night. So we've stayed till 4 a.m, the day after the election, I suppose. But whatever your board is looking for, you're going to have your results from that election that day, and we're going to handle every single bit of the election through the certification.
And also depending on the size of your district, how many electors you have, we can handle polling place elections, mail ballot elections, or we can actually coordinate with the county clerks on elections. So there's a lot of options there. We also lease county equipment that has been certified. So that's why we can handle some of the bigger entities.
And then as Sue discussed earlier, so we both sit on an expert panel that trains new DEOs in the state. And then some of those duties that your DEO is going to perform for you, and some of you may be doing this yourself, but you're going to be publishing your legal notices and managing that voter outreach. We prepare your ballots and oversee your polling or mail ballot procedures. We appoint and train election judges to manage the vote count. We coordinate all of the required filings with DOLA and maintain your records for the legally required timelines. And then again, if we were to do a coordinated election, or even just getting lists or what have you from the county, we coordinate all of that work with the county clerks.
And again, our services, we have the ability to customize and fit into the box that you need. We don't expect the district to fit into our box. So we feel very fortunate that we're able to services.
And in terms of customizing too, we can consult with you. If you're 90% comfortable running your election and you just need a little bit of help with some of the deadlines or the compliance, we'll step in and help in just those bits and pieces too, because we don't have to run the entire election. We just want to make sure your group is comfortable and legal at the end of the day.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to too just say that our districts, they're just, in case you weren't aware, they're considered like Title 35 conservation districts, but a lot of the same statutory requirements are still required.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Of course.
So we are fairly familiar, or pretty familiar with a lot of these titles. We also like to coordinate efforts with district legal counsel. So we would definitely coordinate that effort to, draft ballot questions or to look at Tabor notices, things like that. So again, we'll take direction from your district on what services you really need. Talk about this?
Yeah, and then so we spoke to how we can help manage compliance for your district. And again, there's a lot of deadlines and a lot of dates that need to be met to keep you legally compliant. So here's a handful of dates on your screen and something that our team would be willing to manage for your group, whether it's filings with DOLA, again, publications, whatever it is. That's a calendar that we keep internally and we share with your group. It's a look ahead schedule basically for us, and we'll show you as deadlines are approaching what needs to be done, who's handling those deadlines, when they've been completed, and we'll have all those records sent to your board so that you're fully aware of what's been completed and you're comfortable knowing that you're compliant. And again, handling more of the strategic vision of your group. While we sort of have the panoramic vision for your group, we have the resources to handle a lot of these deadlines that are quickly hitting while you handle the day-to-day.
And one item I'm sure you're already aware of is the audit exemption requirements for revenue and/or expenditures is now at $1 million. So if your district falls within those revenue and expenditure limits, audit exemption applications can be filed in lieu of a full-blown audit. And we just wanted to offer kind of what our background is, what our professionalism is, what our expertise is. And CRS, I didn't mention it, we have about 40 full-time employees. We've got different divisions within CRS. So we've got a management team, a billing team, a compliance team, and a full accounting team also. So we can help wherever you might need. And again, on DEO training, there's a lot of the DEOs in the state of Colorado. We're getting up there. So we're really trying to educate folks and getting them trained where they're comfortable running elections. So that's a big deal for us.
And then to speak to something Raquel brought up, so Title 35 is really where most of your statutory compliance comes from. When it comes to elections, if anyone gets bored and they're reading through election code, you will notice that they tie back to each other, whether it's Title I, Title 32. So every title is going to reference another, and that's where the election compliance really comes in key in having that expertise, because we can reference Title I for, you know, this bit, and then Title 35, Title 32. So they all do kind of work together to sort of force the compliance for your specific district. Anything else on that slide?
We're good. So are there any questions at this point? Not enough coffee yet this morning.
And really, at the end of the day, we put these slideshows together because we want to become a partner for your district. We in no way, shape, or form want to come in and tell you how to do things. We want to help you do things your way and do them the right way at the same time. You know, it is the board's vision that we work within. And, you know, we have this funny saying that if the board wants to plant trees upside down, let's talk through that. You know, maybe there's a good reason for it. But we can talk through that, and we can really make those visions become reality at the end of the day.
And
Um,
sorry, you guys, when I was like looking through your website and stuff, you offer like a whole bunch of like a la carte services, like even down to like taking minutes and all sorts of stuff like that. Is that right?
That's correct. We have a full board prep, board packet preparation. We can handle board training. If there's new board members that have questions. So yes, we're full service, if you will. A lot of our special district boards rely on us for all the monthly meetings and compliance.
Perfect.
and ADA compliance has become a big thing for governmental entities with any public-facing documents on their website. We have an expert team in-house actually that can cure documents and make them ADA compliant for websites. We even have a partnership with a website platform, I guess you call it, where we could help your district create a website that is ADA compliant fully, because that was not easy for anyone. Even at the state level, you know, it became very cumbersome to make documents ADA accessible.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
We also use a GIS service in a lot of our districts where we can actually map out facilities, infrastructure, fire hydrants, you know, all sorts of things. So That's another service that we offer and has been very, very helpful for our clients.
Yeah, that could be helpful for
and
us
what-
at CDA too.
You know, one thing that we're getting into more than we ever thought we would is covenant enforcement, which has been kind of a new endeavor, I guess we'll call it. Because a lot of metro districts now have covenant enforcement powers. So we've actually brought in a team of covenant enforcement folks that are on site in our district. So lots changing, lots going on.
Yeah. We're doing like a consolidation election later this year, so I know that I'll be like the designated election official, so I might need your help with that. I'll be in touch.
I've been involved in a few of those. So
Yeah, just a few. We did get a question in the chat from Fremont. It says, do you consult on district compliance for uncommon events? A specific example, like a real estate purchase?
yes, we can help with that also. So we have been involved in quite a bit of that through the years. So yes.
Great. And after the coffee hour, I can send out all of the contact information for Sue and Marcos again. And then the recording will be up on the YouTube. But does anybody else have any questions?
Well, thank you so much for allowing us to join your coffee hour. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
Just
guys
want
so
you to know
much.
that somebody's struggling, there's help out there. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much too. I think it's a great thing to look into, especially for those districts who only have part-time managers or who are struggling and need help with their statutory compliance, to know that there are organizations out there like that that can help and also help with like uncommon events like Fremont.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And if it's just as simple as having a question and you're just not sure where to go, we're happy to take those calls at no charge to the district. I mean, we're here as a resource. We have plenty of resources, you know, in our hip pocket too. We can reach out to other entities and we'll find an answer for you and at least point you in the right direction.
Oh, thanks. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording. If anybody has any questions, you could still free to ask.